Resurgence has a huge amount of people on. Looks like most of them are higher level. Most of these guilds are like well-known guilds just under new names. So I don't know who Resurgence is, but maybe it's someone we know. Up Milanakas. I think these guys get top guild name. Oh wow, they look like a big guild too. Mm-hmm. Cool. What about EQ Core? 14 of them on. Cool. That looks like a four level 14 magicians. Okay. Cool. Hey, Illumination, how are you? Good to see you. I remember having a ton of fun playing EQ when it came out, played all the way through Planes of Power, and then just moved on to other games. Actually, so did I, Zapperzen. I moved on in Planes of Power as well. Yep. Mm-hmm. I did too. Oh, Destruct. Yeah. Sorry, careful with the caps. The bot will get you. Yeah. Boom. There you go, have a sub. Now you can type in all caps. Don't tell the subs that, though. They get uppity. Yeah. All right, one sec. Hey, X-Car, what's up, buddy? I'm sorry. Don't tell the subs, though. They get uppity, except Celatara. They're awesome. They never get uppity. There we go. Yeah. And Beauregard quit, man. He's pretty cool, too. Yep. Mm-hmm. Everyone else, though. Yeah. Nice, Barry. For that, I'll bring my high-level cleric buffs this way when I'm done XPing. Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. Don't need to, but it would be appreciated. Oh my lord. You mods are ridiculous. Damn, we're already 2 yellow in. We like just leveled. Oh man. This XP is nutty. Nutty McGillicuddy. What am I slurping on tonight? I am slurping on Polar. It's kind of like I kind of go through phases of having like a flavor of the month / whatever. And right now it is Polar. I have been loving Polar. I drink a bunch of their different flavors. They're great. Mm-hmm. Wow. I'm gonna go ahead and, like, you know, kill that mob in 3 hits. That's cool. That's cool. Just wizard things. Yeah. It's wild, dude. Like, I'm used to playing a rogue, and rogues are a DPS class that don't really do DPS, so this is, like, new and exciting for me. Being able to actually DPS. Kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Throw out some little nukes. There we go. Boom, Progenitor. Yeah, man. What in the hell, Boatman? Shouldn't you have your mods level Necros so you can then siphon mana to you? Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I probably should. Yeah, mods, y'all need to level some, a druid for damage shield, cleric for buffs, shaman for buffs, and necros to just constantly siphon me mana. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Quish! Oh yeah, dude. Oh, they were so much fun. They were so much fun. Mm-hmm. Hammer Pants, you're telling me we're all holding our breath for Pantheon, but yeah, it's taking its time. Taking its sweet time. But I think I speak for many of us when we're still optimistic. Still optimistic. It's taking time. Hey, Dracoleech, what's up, buddy? What's with the sitting down between attacks? Sitting down, it triggers an ability called Meditate. And on any class that uses mana, like Magicians, Necros, Wizards, you get significantly more mana faster if you're sitting. Back in the day, you had to actually stare at a book. So you would actually sit down. That wouldn't do anything. But then you'd have to open a book that would take place of your gameplay. So you'd have to look in your book and then click a button, and that's how you would meditate. But these days, all you have to do is sit. All you have to do is sit. So, yep. Yeah, the book was literally the entire screen. Hold on a sec. Let me see here. Okay, so I kid you not. Check this out. This is what EverQuest used to look like, right? So this is what you would see. Why is this a tweet? Okay, there it is. So that's what you would see, right? You would have like all of the stuff across the screen was hard coded. Oh, Brad responded to this. Oh. Rest in peace, buddy. So you'd have your spells right here. This would be your class and stuff. So this is what it would look like. And then when you'd meditate, it would look like this. Oh wait, I have to open it up here. Oh, it's a dumb Reddit post. No, don't do that one. Try this one. Okay, so when you meditate, it would literally look like this. This was your screen. So you would, and see, this is a little button you'd have to press. So literally, you would not be able to see the game while you were meditating. You were totally blind. You could hear everything, but you could not actually see the game while you were meditating. Yeah. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. And of course, it was like 640, so it looked like that. Yep. Yep. It was wild, dude. I get my ass kicked? Okay. Arena, thank you. I just saw that. Oh. You see that dude just subbed for 26 months? Oh no, I didn't see the sub. Who subbed? Hey, One Caliber. Thank you, bud. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, thank you. What TLP did we choose? We choose. Oh, that's you, Belf 2. Oh, cool. Okay, okay. I chose Yellenak. Das Weasel with the 68 months. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate it, bud. All right, we're just going to burn this guy down. You know why? Because we can. Because we're a wizard and we actually do DPS. Woo! There goes half his life. And there he's dead. Okay, great. Hey! Good 0%. Get out of here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, now you're tanking. I know, right? And now you're tanking. Will you main a rogue in Pantheon? I have no idea yet. I have no idea what I'm going to play in Pantheon yet. Probably a rogue, let's be real. But I don't know yet. No say. Boom. Delicious. Mr. Phoenix, nice. Oh yeah, Destruct. Yeah, I played the first character I ever played in EverQuest was a wizard, but I didn't play it for long before I rerolled into a druid, and then my main was druid for a long time. Yeah. So I'm kind of excited to try it again. Mm-hmm. No, DOSWeasel. I never played Ultima Online. I never played Asheron's Call. I never played Star Wars Galaxies. All games that I wish I could. Can I get a Sal, please? I know, right? Mr. Minmax said druids are awesome. Druids are great. They can dot well, they can nuke well, they can buff, they can damage shield, they can sow, they can teleport, they can kite. Like the only problem with druids, is they're a much less version of the disadvantages that a ranger has. Where the only problem with a druid is if you're making a group, there is always a better option for the reason you invite the druid. And that's unfortunate. You know, if you invite a druid for DPS, wizards, mages, necros can do it better. If you invite a druid for buffs, shamans can do it better. If you invite a druid for heals, clerics and shamans, even shamans, can do it better. Like there's no and that was even back in the day. Sometimes it would get hard to get groups as a druid. They were fantastic for power leveling. They were really good for soloing. You know, they were really fun class, but they didn't really do anything. Nothing they did was unique. So every other class did better. They weren't like a bard where bards aren't super good at anything really, but they can do a lot of different things. So and some of those things they do are kind of unique. Druids just can do everything, but they're just not really great at anything. Quad kiting druids were so cool to us back then. Oh, dude. When Kunart came out, I spent weeks quad kiting in, what is it? Timorous Deep? And then before that, I would quad kite the Aviax in Karana. I loved my druid. My druid was a lot of fun. Yep. I was a little halfling druid. Mm-hmm. Airlat says, can they fill any role? That must be a good thing. Again, they can fill any role, but for whatever role they're filling, another class can always do it better. So a lot of times people want the better option. The issue is that if you're ever using a druid to fill a role, there's always a better option for that role. That's the issue. They're subpar in everything they do, but they can do a lot of things, basically. Mm-hmm. Do EQ druids shapeshift? No. There's no shapeshifting in the well, they can turn into a wolf. But I mean, that's about it. They can shapeshift into a wolf. Yeah. Oh, and a tree. They can turn into a tree. A small shrubbery. Yeah. Enchanters can shapeshift better than druids. Yeah, they can actually. Yeah, enchanters are kind of the big shapeshifters, yeah. Uh-huh. Good point. Enchanters can do all sorts of stuff, especially late game. Enchanters are a wild class in this game. Mm-hmm. Almost 16. At 16, we get our next big... or wait, maybe we just got our big one. What do we get at 16? We get something pretty good at 16, I think. Lightning bolt? Oh, this is the one that stuns. What is Force Snap? Oh. Oh, wow. 218. Okay. That's a big hit. Sorry, Pouty. I may have gotten a bit too uppity with my nukage. The problem is once you start once you get on their aggro table. Oh good, Pouty's got him. A lot of times you can't even sit again because they'll just keep attacking you because sitting generates more aggro. Whoops. Lightless Emperor. Interesting. Enchanters are love, enchanters are life. Enchanters are... Oh, Gyron Thier, you know better. You know better. Once you get J-Boots, Wizards better than Druids for kiting. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely are going to need to get some J-Boots quick on this one. Mm-hmm. Harbinger says, Wizard hype grouped up in South Row right now, blowing up Crocs at level 18. Nice, dude. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I do this. Yeah, a little bit of damage there. Up out a bit. Monk for life. Hell yeah, buddy. What happened to the Bard? I decided I wanted to do something a bit more specialized. Yeah. I went with Wizard because, I mean, it's the actual big DPS class. Thought it'd be kind of fun. Might be kind of fun to actually do damage for once. See what it feels like, you know? Yeah. Have a good night, Notorious. Do it, Yolosaurus. Do it right, meow. Yeah, man. Rogue is big DPS too? Not in Classic, it isn't. Might be later. Not in Classic. Oh, I can imagine, Gyron Theory. Yeah, I can imagine. Why am I sitting down? You get more mana. You get more mana faster when you sit down. It does something called meditate. And you basically auto-meditate when you're sitting. Mana being my blue bar right here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll pop it there in case. Oop. And see ya. Nice. Big Boss Man Gaming. It absolutely is. Yep, this is the Yellonak progression server. Hey, Oyster got 15. Congrats, Oyster. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Rogue with FBSS is the best DPS after Monks and Wizards. Not in Classic. Nope. Not in Classic. Once you get to Kunark and talk, start talking about Ragebringer, it gets a little bit better. The Ragebringer is a massive, massive, massive boon to rogues. It is incredibly, incredibly powerful for rogues. But in Classic, even the best items, and it got a little bit better with Hole, and the loot. And the loot from there. But even then, it's not really. It just doesn't do it. Yeah, if I actually get to CohhCarnage on this expansion, I definitely will roll a rogue for the Ragebringer, and I'll probably switch over to main and rogue in CohhCarnage if I actually make it that far, and maybe play a wizard until then, or maybe I'll really like my wizard and keep playing my wizard again. If I even make it that far, we'll see. I have no idea. I think getting my Epic 1.0 was my most memorable MMO moment, says Gouldian. Yeah, it was pretty good for me too. I had a little drama associated with my getting my 1.0, unfortunately. The very first 1.0 that I got. Yeah, it was a really messed up situation because basically back when I had to I was really trying to get my rogue epic for a long time. And I was trying to get it quickly. You know, I had done a lot of work to get it as fast as I could. And what happened is, you know, I was part of these rogue forums called Safe House, which was really cool. And you know, there were a bunch of rogues on my server I was playing with and all sorts of stuff. So what happened is that I got it to this point in the rogue epic where you basically have to go to this zone called Kithakor, and you have to sneak. You have to hide and then sneak up behind this mob, and you have to trade him these items, and that spawns a dude, and then the dude that spawns is a raid mob, and you then have to kill that mob and then get an item off him, and if you don't, then it screws everything up. It's terrible. It's a messed up part of the quest because people would lose, you know, hours and hours of work if they didn't do it right. So what I did was for like 2 weeks before I actually needed it on that step of the quest, I started putting together a raid for it. I asked my guild at the time if they would help me do it, but they were working on like a bunch of other people's epics. And there was like a giant line in the guild because a lot of the epics needed raids. And there was like this really long line in the guild for like 3 or 4 weeks out, because the guild only raided a few times a week, and they didn't really raid for long. So there was like this giant, and the guild was big. So there was like this giant list of people that like needed, you know, we need to kill this guy in CohhCarnage and this guy here, and then this dragon and stuff like that. So I said, you know, well, screw it then. Like I'm gonna make my own raid, essentially. So I talked to a bunch of other rogues that also needed that step. I picked a night that we weren't raiding in the guild. And you know, for like 2 weeks I planned this thing out. And I think we ended up having like 50 people. There were a bunch of my friends that were there to help from all sorts of different guilds. A couple of the big guilds had people there. There was like 5 or 6 different rogues that were all in that step, and they had all caught up to do it on that night. And there were a bunch of people from my guild there. Well, like 30 minutes before this happened, the guild leader of the guild I was in was like, hey, we got enough people on, so we're going to go do a guild raid and get this cleric, this thing that he needs in this zone called Burning Wood. And I sent him a tell, and I was like, well, dude, it's an off night, and I've been planning for like 2 weeks, and I put together this raid, and there's like people from the guild that are here to help, and we kind of need them. And at that point, the guy starts launching into this like, oh, well, maybe you don't really care about this guild, and clerics are much more important than rogues, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, dude, I get that and everything, but like, what the hell, man? Like, it's an off night. This is the whole point. Like, and he told me straight up, he was like, well, you know, there's going to be consequences if you go through and do that. And I was like, of course I'm going to do this. So, funny enough, I went ahead and did it, and I got my rogue epic, and I was super excited, and I linked it in the guild. And right after that, I linked it in the guild, and I was like, hey, really appreciate those that helped. Thanks for that. You know, got my epic. This is awesome. And like right after I linked my epic in the guild leader was like, sends me a message and he goes, okay, we need to talk about that. And I guild leaved and said, no, we don't. That was that. that was how that ended. Yep. That's it. And that was it. And funny enough, a few other people in the guild, like the guild, I don't think the guild lasted much longer after that. It was not a, that was what happened to me was a symptom of a larger issue in the guild. Epics, I think the epics in general kind of tore that guild apart because it was a very large guild and there were a lot of people in it that wanted to progress kind of quickly, and they were very picky and choosy as to who they were going to do raids for, and it pissed a lot of people off, and then groups formed, and yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess. But at that point I was like, no, I'm done with this, dude. Hell no. not doing that, man. Not doing that. So yeah. Yeah, clicks abound. There were many clicks. Many clicks. I don't like clicks, dude. I like big happy non-dramatic families. I don't like clicks. When I was doing the big EverQuest 2 thing in the raiding guild, that was like one of the top raiding guilds in the game. It was so clicky, dude. That it was actually one of the things that drove me crazy about that guild. Like, it was the kind of thing where people would drop into different channels in Ventrilo, and like the whole channel would go silent because it's, you know, it's that guy. And it's just like, ugh. Because the problem is power guilds, man. Everyone's in the power guild because they want to do well. And they're willing to be with people they don't like because they want to do well. Like power guilds are very different from normal guilds, because in power guilds, you're united because you all want to progress quickly, but you're not necessarily united because you like each other. So that leads to some very interesting situations, where there are people in the guild that frankly nobody likes, but they're needed for one reason or another. And it's very, very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable.